I want to do an update on this thread kit that I got. Basically, this I guess is more of a review. Not that I had a chance to use it. If you didn't see me using it on that MR2 thread repair video, you can go ahead and check that out. It is a long video because it took me 3 tries to get that going, and the reason for that is, oh, before I even get into that, let me start by saying this. As far as the tabs and the drills and the inserts, those are pretty good so far. They seem to work okay, especially on aluminum. So I had no problem with those 3 at all. Actually, one of my if you saw that video, you'll see that one of the bolts that I went back and put in there actually stripped the threads on the bolt because they're that hard. So that's a good thing. So once you get them installed correctly, everything works fine. And let me show you where my problems were. And the problems with this particular set is the tool, the installation tool. And as you see here, let me see if I can show you that. There we go. As you see, I've actually went and took my Dremel and I cut the this lid on all of them to make sure that the inserts, let me see if I can get one here, don't get stuck, because apparently that was the problem I was having. The insert getting stuck on the as I pushed it down, the insert would get stuck on the opening and the opening would actually close. And the reason for that, it seems like the deeper I went, that's when the ends would hit the bottom and they would just close. So that's the other reason I cut these 2 small ones a little bit. As you can see, there is still some room, so I just did a little bit. And with the Dremel cutting wheel, I went ahead and sort of sanded those 2 inside sides so that the inserts, no matter what, they don't get pinched on the tool. And there it goes down. So basically I did that for the smallest one too. Went ahead and cut a little bit, but let me see, there you go. And I opened that up so that the insert is free to move. And surprisingly, all of the other ones had the same thing. On the big ones though, I just went ahead and fixed the slits. So I basically ground those down so that the inserts will not get stuck. Actually, I had that happening even on the big ones. As you'll see now, they just work pretty much loose. So that's what you want, because you want to be able to turn it and put the insert in, but you don't want it getting stuck in there, because then you'll end up either breaking it, or when you try to pull it, it'll break it. They're very easy to break, and that's what the other tool is for, or the punch here. And I think since I didn't have my first one done in there right, it wasn't even fitting correctly, so that was jamming in there too. So that's something I discovered on these, but mainly it's this tool. Everything else, the inserts and the tabs and the drills, they seem fine. I even had that happen on the M12, if you can believe that. So here you go. You can see that I went ahead and ground it on the inside until I could get the insert to move freely. Let me see here. And there you go. See, now it just moves up and down without getting stuck. Believe it or not, even this one wasn't even going in there. So you can see there's some room now. And that's exactly what you want. As far as the collar, or this collar here, you can set it down here, and it will allow you to push the insert flush with the surface of whatever you're doing, and then you can just undo it and move it up. I found out that that was kind of helpful in that. Obviously, I wish I would have had it this way, but that's why I went ahead and cut the slits on all of them to make sure that I don't have that problem if I ever need to use this, or whenever I need to use this again. All right, with that said, it's not gonna be a review without a new set of tools, obviously. um, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I went and got these from Harbor Freight. I don't know if you again, if you saw that video, I'm using the wrench, small crescent wrench, to move the tap, and I use like a 7mm with what's slipping on here, so it wasn't fitting correctly. I didn't have the something like this to use it on the tap, so I went ahead and got these. They got these 3 taps in there. Even though this one says it goes up to a half, it actually doesn't, because the 12mm doesn't fit, and half an inch is about 12.17mm, or I forgot what it was, but it was bigger than the 12, so that's what I found out. The other tool that I got was this. It's a hand riveter, as you can see. But the reason I bought this one is because I wanted to get some rivets. I have another riveter, but it's a lot bigger. It's the one that you use both hands to push and pull. And this one's a 90°. Not only that, the set of rivets, or the box of rivets, was like $6.99. And this few rivets here with the tool was like $4.99. So I just went ahead and I got this new tool. But the reason I'm showing you this is because if you remember, when I got this set, this rivets on the sides were falling apart. So what I did was, what I said I thought was gonna work, and as you can see here, I'm able to put my new tool holders in here. But I also went ahead and fixed the rivets on here, and because they do come out a little more, I went ahead and trimmed the sides so that they would fall down easier, allowing me to also keep the these tools underneath it. Like I mentioned, that would have been a good thing to do if they had included something like this. So now I do have a set of tap holders. As you can see, they come pretty well oiled. But on the end here, what you want to do is make sure you just put in the square part of it, not the round part of it. Sometimes you can go all the way to the round, but that's just gonna slip on you. But if you get the squared, I can assure you it will lock pretty good and hold it. Whoop, there you go. So as you can see, I'm doing it, I'm tightening it, and now it doesn't move. So that will allow me to get into smaller places if I ever need them again. This were about $8.99 at Harbor Freight. Obviously, you know, they're not the best, but it beats not having any. So I think they cut this a little too much on the ends, but it is what it is. If they knurled the whole side, would be much better, much easier to turn it. Those are the only 2 things that seem kind of that they can improve on them. But at least now I have a top wrench that I can use for these if I ever need them again. But like I said, that's why I went ahead and fixed these, because when you need them, you need them. You don't want to be doing all this afterwards. The only thing here, let me see. Yeah, this one fits. Again, the only one that's not gonna fit is the last one. So there you go. See the same one for the M10. So that works. And obviously I wanted the small ones with the small handles, because sometimes it's pretty tight to get into, especially on a car. So hopefully that will help me out. So the only one that doesn't work is this one, the M12, because even though this says you can put it to half an inch, even if I take it all the way out, just to show you, again, this is the biggest one we got. The M12 will not fit in here. So you can see it's much bigger, and it should go up to half. I don't have a half an inch anything, but There you go. This is just a simple collet. See, nothing special there. And then it just goes in here. If you want a smoother, you can add grease on that. It seems to work fine. So I just go ahead and snug them until it starts getting tight. You don't want to keep them too tight because then that's going to be stay close on you all the time. So there's those 3 tab holders, which obviously I want to keep here now. And what did I do with the bag? It's right here. So I found out that if I keep them like this one doesn't move up and down. This is like the really small one. Let me show you since I'm on it. So if you have a very small tabs, should come in handy. I don't know how small. Obviously you don't want anything too small because it may not hold that, but it looks like about an 8. According to this, it's 1/16 to 5/32, 5/32 to a quarter, and a quarter to a half, but that one is a little small for the half. And now my rivets are not falling apart, as you can see. Let me show you that. Give you a close-up, or a little bit of a close-up. And if you look on the side, let me see if I can get that. So now they're pretty clean. All right, there we go. There we go. So it's the same on both sides. So if you need an affordable rivet tool, this 591 one will work just fine. See if I can get this on right. Sometimes I gotta wiggle it a little bit. There you go. And then when it does close a little tight. I mean, this isn't perfect, but at least now everything is together. So if you need something quick that works, and these come in handy too, as you saw, I just showed you that they do fit on them, at least on this one and this one for the 5mm. That one's a little smaller. So for the most part, they will work. I read a lot of the reviews where people said they didn't work too well. Yeah, it takes some doing to get that tightened and holding your tab, but once you put it in there, you can see that it does work. You're gonna be doing this by hand anyway, so far it looks good, and I just wanted to get my review out and tell you that the kit does work. It just needs a little tweaking on some things, just like the at least in my case, the box, and just minor stuff that really doesn't matter. But it wouldn't be a complete review if I hadn't fixed all that and kind of show you what I did, so that I have a complete kit or a set that I can use later on. Again, this is just for the thread inserts. There are other types. These are just for at least something I would use on something that doesn't require super high torque. So I think that will work. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this helps some of you with this stuff, because I wanted to make this because I haven't really seen any videos or people going in too far in depth on this. Not only that, but locally, just one set, they want so much money for it, where you can just buy the whole set. Maybe not everything you need, but you have a whole set for about the same amount of one, locally, for example. It just depends, but this is what I got. This is what I want to show you, and it did help me. Oh, one more thing, before I forget. One thing I didn't check on the thread that I was fixing is the part well, I did check it, but I didn't think of it at the time, where I was able to thread the bolt without the bracket on. So what I could have done is I could have used a longer bolt, which I did have as well, but it just, you know, one of those things I didn't think about. I could have used a longer bolt and I probably wouldn't have to do a rethread. It did work, but it's just something to think about. You know, it was my first time doing it. So unless you do it, you can't learn anything. So that's just something I learned, you know, just a few things here and there. You learn how to thread it, what the problem was, and then it worked. But maybe I could have just saved me all this time by just using a longer bolt and trying to see if it would work. And then just making maybe a little more of the same threads lower or farther in without having to do an insert. Just a tip, an idea, something to think about if you ever had to do something like that. To check that before you go and have to do a whole rethreading. Not a huge deal, but if it saves you time, that's a good thing too.